Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you had another fantastic week. Hard to believe we've been doing this for this long. Hope you all can hear me. There was something going on with the computer. So if you're on here and you have the ability to do a chat message, just let me know that you can hear me and everything is good to go. We've got another 2 parts to our workout. And again, this shouldn't take too long. It's pretty quick workouts. The first part we've got is a Turkish Getup. So if you've never done one of those, this is a great opportunity because we're not going to go very heavy. We're going to break it down and make sure that you're able to do the full movement and know what each part is like. So we're going to do that first. You're going to get 8 per side, so 16 total. You'll just need a household item for that. You can grab a bottle of soap that hasn't been used yet so it doesn't spill all over your face. Or if you do have equipment, you can feel free to use a kettlebell or a dumbbell or whatever you might have. Otherwise, just grab something in your hands so that you're able to kind of feel what the movement is like. Then we're going to get into a workout, and you're going to do ascending reps. So you're going to start with 1 rep of an overhead squat, 1 rep of a burpee over that object, and then you're going to go to 2 and 2, 3 and 3 until you get to 10. At the end of that, though, there is a little bonus feature. So as soon as you finish that 10th burpee over your object that you're squatting, then what you're going to do is immediately start accumulating 2 minutes in a side plank on each side. So 2 minutes on the left, 2 minutes on the right, and then you are done with your workout, and we'll hold down and get you ready to go on your way and be done with your day. Just a heads up for the schedule today, we've got a 9 o'clock bonus session today with me. So I'll be going from one to the other, and it's got a bunch of different movements in it, just kind of hitting everything, just a little bonus workout for you. It won't take too long, and then you'll be done. At 10 o'clock, Keith comes on and does the another workout, and then at 11 again. So 2 more options for you. Kind of put it all in the morning because we know you guys like to get it done. So let's go ahead and warm up. What you're going to do is you're going to start off with 10 good mornings. You can hold an object if you'd like to, or just stand there and do those good mornings. Feet just under your hips. Push your hips back. Right here, feeling it in your hamstrings, squeeze your butt, stand up. Whatever you'd like to do with your hands, I just kind of hold them in front of me. You can put them behind your head. You can put them by your side. Very tight, very sore, kind of all over today, so this will be interesting. Hope you're feeling pretty good. I'll be honest, I wasn't really counting. I think this is around 10. All right, now what you're going to do, readjust your feet so that you're squat distance apart. And you're going to do 5 slow air squats. Keeping your knees apart, getting ready for some overhead squatting. You're going to do 3 inchworms. So if you're outside on a mat, reach down, touch your toes. I'm going to hang out there for a second because my hamstrings are super tight. You're going to walk your hands forward. Drop your hips to the floor. Tuck your toes, walk back. Stand all the way up. 2 more of those. Wherever you're at, if you're like, oh yeah, that feels really tight, stop and pause there. In the morning, I'm always a little tighter. Haven't been moving. So everything kind of feels like I need that attention. 1 more inchworm here. I'm going to sit back, and I'm just going to stretch my wrists out really quickly. You can do the same thing while you're down here on the ground. I have my fingers pointed back towards my knees, and then I'm sitting back with my heels and feeling the stretch right through here, through my wrist. Go ahead and come on up. We're going to start that 1 more time through. So you're going to do 10 good mornings. I'll try to count this time. Back flat. 2 more. Last one. Good. You're going to do 5 air squats now. Nice and slow. If you need to for any of those, you can just kind of hang out in the bottom, chest up, pushing your knees out. And 5. You're going to go back to the inchworm. I feel a little better than I did last time. Loosening up, getting warm. It's really nice out here today. Looked at the temperature, saw it was 60, but the humidity is going to be interesting today, I can tell. It doesn't feel as chilly as I thought it would. All right, guys, stop there. Then what we're going to do, you can do these walking, or you can do them stationary. I'm going to stay in one place, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick out my front foot just in front of the back foot. You see that? This leg is going to stay straight as I bend down with my back flat, scoop, and stand up. Then I will just switch front foot right in front of the back foot, front leg stays straight, back leg bends, scoop, and stand. I am feeling this down the front, the back of my front leg. So my hamstring of the leg that's extended out. I'm pulling my toes up towards me. Keeping my back flat is key here. And one more right here. Good. Now what I'm going to do is pull one foot back, reach down, tap the floor, feeling that through my quad muscle. If you really don't like these, you can just hold on to something and hold, and then switch halfway through. So I'm going to do 10. I'll tell you when I get to 5, so that you can switch legs. Take your time through this. Not a workout. It's just the warm-up. That was 5. So if you're holding, you can switch. One more. Very good. Now what you're going to do, step to the back of your mat or whatever space you have, because you're going to kick up in front. You're going to kick, try to reach opposite foot, opposite hand. I'm not going to move forward. I don't have enough room. Or I leave your screen. And 10. Okay, let's mix this up just a little bit. Get a chair or bench, something that you can put your heel up on top of. Lean forward into that, and you're going to hold. Lean from your hips forward. This front leg is straight. Not locked out. You're not actively pushing your knee down, but you do want it to stay pretty straight. And then you're going to switch sides. Lean into it as you feel you need. Stand up. Same thing with the quad stretch. We're going to take it to static hold now. Then start thinking about what you're going to use. Switch sides. for your overhead squats. If you have equipment and you want to be able to use that, you can use a barbell, empty or loaded. You can use one dumbbell, one kettlebell. You can use those objects to do an overhead squat. What you want to do is just alternate. So when you do the ones, you'll do, if you're only using one object, you want to do it on one side. For the twos, keep it on the same side for both. But every time you come back to the squats, you'll switch which hand it's in. You don't want to stop in the middle of that section necessarily, just a little clunky, okay? Let's go ahead and do a chest opener. So grab a door frame or a wall. I think you can see me pretty well, but let me adjust it just in case. Let me also check if anybody's, nope, nobody's over on the Zoom, so I'm going to shut that down. Okay, finish up some stretching here. Put that arm up on the post or your door frame or your wall and just turn and hold. And then you're going to switch sides. If you do have a broomstick or a Swiffer, or I have a PVC, something that's long and skinny that you can hold onto, tree branch, I don't know. I'm sure you guys have figured it out by now. Then you're going to use that for the workout. And you're going to use it right now to finish warming up a bit. Let's see if I can do this. Can't do that there. So you're going to hold that grip wide, just like you would for your overhead squat, whatever grip you're going to use. And you're going to start with some pass-throughs. Now, if you start in that grip and it feels pretty good, you're not really feeling any resistance or any stretch, then what you can do is walk your hand closer together. I only moved it about an inch on either side. I feel it a little bit more now through my shoulders. Let your shoulders do the work, arms stay straight. But I think I can do a little more. So I'm going to readjust even more so. Again, about an inch on either side. And I feel that even more. I'm going to keep working my way in. About every 4 pass-throughs, I kind of switch my grip. This right here, I can tell probably my last one. I'm feeling a good stretch. All right, I'm going to put that on my back in the back rack position. And all I'm going to start with is a dip, drive, and land in kind of that jerk, that overhead position. I'm not in a squat yet. Notice my feet. They start right under my hips. They move out to that squat position. I reset. Dip, drive, land right underneath. Eyes ahead. Dip, drive, land underneath. Now I'm going to start to take it under a little bit more, and I'm going to land in that overhead squat or as close to that overhead squat position as I can. Dip, drive, squat, push the knees apart. Reset my feet. Dip, drive. 2 more. Good, stay there. Give me a couple overhead squats. There we go. That will be your overhead squat for today. Okay? So if you're planning on doing the workout with the different object, a barbell, a dumbbell, go ahead and take your time right now. Set that up while I finish just stretching some very small muscles. So you're going to set up whatever you need for the squat while I stretch the ankles. So if you're with me and you have what you're going to use, just going to point your toe down, do some ankle circles, about 5 each way. And then what I like to do is push my ankle forward and I just rock side to side, kind of break up everything that's tight there. Ankle mobility does play a factor in these overhead squats, so it'll help you feel a little bit better. You're going to switch feet, ankle circles, and reverse. And then those rocks, pushing forward, rocking side to side. I know we stretched out the wrists in the beginning. I'm going to do so again. I'm going to interlock my fingers, palms are together, and I'm just going to do kind of this figure 8. And then I'm going to reverse direction. It is tricky to reverse direction, so don't worry if you're sitting there like, I can't figure it out. Don't worry, you're not the only one. It took me a little bit to be able to kind of do it naturally. Okay, so we are going to do overhead squat workout second. I was getting ahead of myself. And we're going to do the Turkish Getup first. So you do still need that one object. I am going to grab this bottle of soap right here. Let's make sure it's in a good spot. Make sure you have room around you. You're going to use the whole length of the floor. Let me show you what one looks like, and then we're going to break it down. This has never been opened, so I'm not worried. Right? Okay, so that's a Turkish Getup. That was on my right arm side. So let's go ahead and repeat that again. Remember that we're going to do 8 per side, but we can alternate as we want to. We can alternate every rep. I think I'm going to alternate every 2, just to keep things moving back and forth. So you're going to start completely laying down. Take that object. Now, if it was very heavy, you would start on this side, right? You would roll it here, roll over with it on your chest. And then you'd be able to get that up overhead. Okay, so now it's stacked overhead nicely. My wrist, my elbow, my shoulder are in line. My other hand is over here, out to the side a little bit as support. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my left leg. I'm going to sit up here. My eyes are looking up towards that object that I'm holding. I'm going to pop my hips, slide that foot back underneath of me, rock forward to that lunge position, stand. I'm going to go back down to that lunge position, hand behind to support, extend and bring forward that back leg. Then I'm going to slowly lower, and then I'm ready to go again. Now this object is very light, so I can kind of maneuver it how I need to. If yours is very heavy, you'll probably want to go quickly in succession. So that was 1 on my right side, technically 2, but I'm going to count it as 1, and you're ready to go. So let's go again. I'll keep talking us through it until I feel like you've gotten the hang of it. So arm up overhead. Last time I think I mentioned the wrong leg to bend, so you're going to bend on the same side. Ready, sit up, look up. Your hand is there supporting. You're going to bring that left leg back end through. Come to the lunge position, stand, back down to the lunge position, hand down for support, extend that leg, lay back down carefully. All right, that's 2 there. Go ahead and switch which hand is holding the object. That arm up overhead. You're going to want to switch your leg. So right now, my arm is up straight on my left side and my left leg is bent. My right arm is out to the side as some support. I'm going to sit up, looking up to my hand, bring that foot back and under, lunge position, stand up. Lunge position, hand support, foot through, forearm, down. Okay, let's go again. Up forearm, up hand, foot back, lunge position, stand. Lunge position, hand, leg straight, forearm down carefully. There you go. That's 2 each side for a total of 4. We need to do 8 each side for a total of 16. If you're ready, we're just going to kind of keep on moving through. And I'm going to switch hands every 2, like I said. So now I'm back in my right hand with my right leg bent, left arm out to the side, about a 45-degree angle. I'm going to sit up to the forearm, to the hand, leg back through, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg through, forearm, down, forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. That was 2. Switch hands, switch legs, other arm out to the side. Forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. Got it? Forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. All right. That's good, guys. That's good. That's 4 each side for a total of 8. We are halfway there. So you're going to switch now back to the original side. For me, that was right arm up and right leg bent. Arm out to the side. I think now I'm getting a little tired of going back and forth. So I'm going to switch my strategy. I'm going to go with 4 and then 4. I'm just going to finish these on up. So I'm going to come up to the forearm, come up to the hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. That was 1, and I'm going to get to 4 is what I said. Forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. 2 more. Forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. 1 more. There you go. You may feel a difference doing these with a very lightweight versus a heavy weight. When you get a weight in your hands, you may find a big difference. And you will find a big difference in your core stabilization. You're going to have way more core involved and way more balance throughout the shoulder joint. So it does get trickier. Even if you go up by just 5 pounds, you really feel the difference. So this is right now just drilling in the basic movement pattern for you. All right, guys, we have 4 more left on this side. Arm up, hand out, leg bent. Let's go. Forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, hand, leg, forearm, down. Forearm, hand, leg, lunge, stand, lunge, leg, forearm, down. That's 2. Going for 2 more. I'm going to stop saying the cues. You go at your speed. All right. Here we go. Not too bad. A little bit of a different type of skill. If you've never done them before with weight that is significant, or even just when you feel more so than like a can of soup or bottle of soap, then you want to try that again, because it might seem like it's a very easy exercise. It is very basic, but it is surprisingly challenging, especially when you get a kettlebell or a dumbbell in your hand. Good. Check off for the strength portion of today's class. And we're going to get ready and prepped for the workout. So put away that object that you had. And get back out your overhead squat implement. I have to do my squats back here because my garage is short, like I've said many times, you guys already know. So get in your spot where you can do your overhead squats. If you missed it earlier because you were grabbing an object, then you can go ahead and do some overhead squats now with that object that you got. I want you to get it overhead in a good position. I'll adjust my camera in a moment. You want your elbow pits, just like your armpit, but for your elbow, facing up. Or maybe I can fit under here if I'm not jumping. Okay, we'll try it. Elbow pits facing up, feet squat distance apart. You're going to initiate the movement by going down, keep that chest up tall, knees out, stand all the way back up. Couple reps there. Then you put your object down, and what you're going to do, make sure you have, this will be the tricky part, right? Making sure you have room on all sides. Make sure you have room on both sides. You're going to do a burpee. So you're going to get your chest and thighs to the ground here. Get up across. You can step across or jump across. Normally with the barbells, it makes quite a bit of difference because the height that you're jumping. However, because it is such a low, it's so low to the ground, it won't make a giant difference if you're jumping or stepping, but it's good practice that if you jump normally, you jump in this one. Okay? So if you have the chat box and you're on here and you have a question, let me know what your question might be so that I can answer you. Maybe you're struggling with how to do your overhead squat. In fact, if that is you, if you don't have something long and skinny like that you're squatting and you only have one object, maybe what you used, maybe what you used for the, oh, I busted it. Maybe what you used for the Turkish Getup, then you'll do the same thing. You'll hold it up overhead, and you're going to want to get a little bit of a wider squat stance than you normally would get. I've got soup on me. And what you're going to do is you may find that your torso twists a little bit, but you'll hold that in one hand here, and then you'll switch when it comes time to it. You'll switch into the other hand. That's good. Okay, if there are no questions, and I don't see any, nope, perfect. Just get the clock set up today. Like I said, as soon as you are done with the 1 all the way up through 10, you're going to immediately start working on your side plank. So the side plank, you're going to be on your forearm and on your side feet stacked or like this. And you want to make sure that your hips are up. You're not sagging your hips towards the floor. Hips are up, and ideally your shoulders are open like this, not hunched over, reaching towards yourself. If you need to balance, put that hand down, but try to keep your chest open as if you were sitting normally and not on your side. I know it's tough to do, but do your best to do that. So I'm not going to put the clock in your screen just because you need your own clock anyway, especially once you start working on the 2-minute side plank. So we're all probably going to finish at a different time. Some of you are probably going to go faster than me. Awesome. Some of you may be going slower than me. Awesome. Wherever you're at, whenever you're done, just start accumulating those 2 minutes. I know that I am not a good person for isometric stuff. I just get bored and I don't like to hold on to the still movements. So I know that I need to break this up in order to power through. So I'm going to try to do, for my first set, I'm going to try to make it all the way to the minute. And then after that, if I can, I'll make it another minute on each side, but I'm going to switch sides. So as soon as I break, I'm going to roll over and try to get up on the other side so that I'm not just sitting there waiting, so that I can get done pretty quickly. This means that I have to keep an eye on my clock and stop the clock in my head with wherever I'm at. I can use a stopwatch if I want to, or I just know, okay, I ended at 30 seconds, I'm going to start at 45, and then I'm doing the math. Gives my brain something to do while I'm sitting out and holding that position. So again, the workout itself is 1 rep of an overhead squat, 1 burpee over that object. Then you're going to do 2 of each, 3 of each, all the way up to 10. I'm going to do my best to count out my reps with where I'm at, but I know at some point I'm going to get a little bit out of breath, so we'll see how this goes. But I'll keep you aware of where I'm at in case you're following along with me, so you don't lose track either. All right. Been talking a lot today, so let's get to work. Ten seconds. Get your music ready. Second clock. Don't touch it yet. 2, 1, go. That up. One more. 3. 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 'Almost there. 10. Last one. 10. Last set. Time. Hands up. Switch to 30 seconds. And I'm going to switch sides. Up. Done 30 seconds on each side. Wherever you're at, keep holding strong, guys. Doing amazing. Just try to get your way through it as quickly as possible. Hips up off the ground. Let's go. You got it. Hold tight. Squeeze your glutes. I have now accumulated a minute on each side. So I'm halfway there. Okay? You keep doing what you need to do. Break as you need to. Got so sweaty. You might find one side is stronger than the other. It's normal. Doesn't mean it's good. It's normal and something we want to work to change. So doing things where you isolate a side, for example, you may notice one arm is stronger than the other. If you isolate that and you do single arm, strict presses, that can help. 30 more seconds outside. Getting there, guys. Getting there. 1 30-second increment at a time. Ready? My shoulders are a little bit on fire. I mentioned I don't like these, but I do them because it's good for me to do it. We got it, guys. We got it. No, your coaches do not like everything we do, but we do make ourselves do them. Isometric stuff like holds, one of my least favorite things. All right, we've got it, we've got it. I have got 30 seconds left on each side. So I've done a minute and a half. This side that I'm about to do seems like my stronger side today. Almost there. Do your math right. I know this can be tricky, but make sure you do it all. Done on that side. 30 more seconds. And I'm done with it. Here we go. And up. Almost there, almost there. Last little bit here. And done. Well, I am all done for me. Where are you guys at? Let me know. How are ya? Finish up if you haven't already. Should be close if not done already. Should be close. Especially if you're alternating sides. You really don't need too much of a break in between. Linda, out of breath. You can hear me breathing hard. Good job, guys. That's a good burner. That 1, 2, 3, 4. A good rep scheme. You end up doing 55 when you do it that way. So we did 55 overhead squats, 55 burpees, and it goes pretty quickly. I did mine in like 6:45 or 6:50 or something like that. So it goes by pretty quickly compared to other rep schemes. Before you know it, you're like, oh, I'm done, which is great. This is similar to CrossFit Games Open 18.2, which I believe was the dumbbell front squats. I should have looked it up to confirm, but out of my memory, it was the dumbbell front squats and the burpees over the barbell, and then you had your remaining time to get like a max squat clean or something like that. Something like that. All right, you should be done by now. Great job on that workout. I got sweatier than I thought I would, which I really shouldn't be surprised anymore. We are in Florida. It's very humid this morning, even though it is a nice temperature. So let's go ahead and stretch out a little bit. Take it down to the floor. Okay, straddle it out. Reach yourself. Oh, this is going to be very ugly, guys. My hamstrings are super tight. I'm doing a lot of deadlifts, a lot of air squats for our challenge. Walk yourself forward as far as you can. This is making me jealous of all those people that can get their face to the ground. I am so far from that. It's not even funny. Reach forward. You can always tiptoe those fingers out and get a little more stretch. And then I want you to take over one side. Reach your head down that way as well. Go the other side. All right, sit back. Butterfly, stretch it. Right there. Bottoms of your feet together and lean forward. Hope you guys have some good, fun plans for this weekend. I myself, let's see, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to switch over to the 9 o'clock session, and I'm going to be doing a bonus workout. It's a couple of 21:59s. So we got 3 different sets, 21:59 of these movements, 21:59 of these movements, 21:59 of these. So kind of 3 parts to that workout, but we're going to do them in succession. And it's going to be fun. It's kind of a whole body workout, so if you're looking for a little extra. But that class, we try not to go too much past the 30-minute mark, so it's a bit quicker. After that, I'll probably do some more running, maybe a little bit more, and then some yard work today. Nice day for it. All right, you're going to switch to your stomach. Lay down here, arm out, roll over. Switch sides, arm behind you. Oh, too much hair. The arm behind you is straight. The front arm can bend as support if you need it to. But do not bend the back arm. That arm back there, see me waving it? That's straight. Good workout today. Good mix of things. I enjoyed that. Good little burner. Don't forget, there's also 10 and 11 with Keith. He'll be doing, one of those sessions is the one we just did, and then another one is an equipment workout. A whole new thing that you haven't done yet today. So check out one of those if you have some more time and you want some more work. Otherwise, guys, have a fantastic day. Thanks for coming.